This Rosa dos Ventos shows Portugal's great history of entrepreneurship, but this belongs to the past. Now we need to develop new strategies to assure that the country stays competitive in new global markets. We need to create a unified agenda for entrepreneurship education and training in a perspective of lifelong learning. But to do this, we need a consolidated strategy in entrepreneurship education and training between various ministries to be implemented with the help of the private sector and civil society. In May 2010, the question of dynamic collaboration in the creation and implementation of entrepreneurship education and training was addressed at the Luso-American Foundation and at the Portuguese Parliament's Commission on Work, Social Security and Public Administration in the framework of the EU's 2020 strategy. The national strategies developed by the Netherlands and Wales were highlighted as two successful models. From 2006 to 2012, the government in the Netherlands will have invested 97 million euros in entrepreneurship education and training initiatives. 75,000 students, 4,400 teachers in over 500 schools have taken part directly in projects financed through the Dutch government's Action program.
We have selected 7 sectors in which we think we can be world best, and we have invested heavily both from the public and the private sector in these sectors. Sectors of today, like food and flowers, as one might expect from the Netherlands, and sectors of tomorrow, like the creative industry. And 96% of all universities and universities of applied sciences applied for this program. But only 6 centers were awarded, only the very, very best. Luckily enough, the other universities, most of the other universities and universities of applied science set up a center for entrepreneurship anyway, because what they did, making their plan, getting in contact with their natural partners, and developing a strategy gave them so much energy that they continued without public money.
And whereas in Portugal, only 17% of university students feel that the educational system stimulates entrepreneurship, in Holland, 60% of all students in vocational education and universities say that they are stimulated in being more entrepreneurial.
Do what we did, learn from international best practices, and do what most entrepreneurs do, copycat them, but improve them. And show successes to inspire. Be good and tell it, but know that changing culture is a matter of a very long breath.
In the United Kingdom, Wales also has had a youth enterprise and entrepreneurship strategy since 2003. The YES strategy by the Welsh Assembly Government first created a partnership between public, private and voluntary sectors to help further define and implement their national strategy.
From that work came 6 themes of action. The first theme was changing attitudes. It was about promoting entrepreneurship, making it something that people wanted to be involved in. The second theme was embedding entrepreneurship education. Third one was widening horizons to new entrepreneurship opportunities, and that was very much about engaging with businesses, with communities and with individuals on kind of ideas generation and allowing them to test trade in very safe environments so they could see that there was they could do it.
Since they first started, the Welsh have seen a consistent upward trend amongst young people who wish to be their own boss, and now have higher rates of early-stage entrepreneurship than the UK average. In Portugal, the situation is different. There are no less than 6 ministries that currently have programs dedicated to education or training in entrepreneurship. But there does not yet exist a clear understanding of what is the effectiveness of these programs.
E não podemos nunca assimilar empreendedorismo a empresas ou a empresários. Todos temos que ter a capacidade de ser empreendedores e todos podemos ser empreendedores na esfera da ação em que nos movemos.
The old business adage holds true. You can't manage what you don't measure.
We have a duplication of resources, and in this time of a financial crisis, this is most important to talk about.
In order for policymakers to effectively monitor and develop this area, there must be research on a national basis to benchmark, assess, and monitor so that we can evaluate the success of entrepreneurship programs.
Right now, what is needed is more information for policymaking. As you've seen from the Welsh example, and from the Dutch example, they're very much concerned with impact.
The Center for Entrepreneurship Education in Portugal aims to assist in the development and implementation of national policies and programs for entrepreneurial education and training through research, training of teachers, and policy process advocacy. PEEP wants to create an online, open-source archive for entrepreneurship educators and students to develop and disseminate both national and international good practices. This forum will also be a place for idea exchange, national debate, and international development.
I've been here over 9 years now, and I've been studying this area for the last 6. Our duty is to make sure that we help young people achieve their dreams. And we need not only a strategy, but we obviously need that strategy to be implemented.
Portugal is in the need of capacity building through the training of entrepreneurship teachers and trainers. This is especially a priority at the primary and secondary school levels, where teachers are a vital link to planting the seeds of entrepreneurship.
O plano de negócios, isto foi quebra-cabeças, digo-vos. Muitos dos estudantes foram chumbados e não tiveram a bolsa no primeiro ano porque não souberam fazer o plano de negócios, nem eles, nem os docentes, não sabiam o que é que haviam de fazer, quer dizer, eles não gastavam nada.
The Center stimulates entrepreneurship research and supports the best practices from winning programs. As a not-for-profit association of individuals and organizations from education, industry, government, and civil society, the Center will help to stimulate more teaching and research through distributing small grants and coordinating nationwide projects such as the PEEP Entrepreneurship Summer School Roadshow in regions across the country for teachers and students. PEEP is involved in changing entrepreneurial mindsets and skill sets in Portugal. In a time of crisis, it makes sense to coordinate entrepreneurship education and training policy for more efficiency in Portugal.